It's the middle of August, the sun is shining, you know what time it is. It's time for a Scarefest update. Yeah, so here is everything we know about Scarefest so far. The first and most exciting thing is that we have 2 brand new confirmed scare mazes coming to Alton Towers for 2024. And yes, finally, they are brand new, something that Scarefest has needed for about 10 years. By the time I thought we were getting new scare mazes, I thought I'd be speaking like this. But no, we finally have 2 scare mazes for this year. Originally, I thought it might be 3, with that one by Darkest Depths, but it looks like that's going to be for next year. So we've just got the 2, one at the dungeons and one behind Curse of the Autumn Manor at the minute. But what that's going to be themed to still remains a mystery. I still think it's going to be Curse of the Autumn Manor theme, but considering I thought there was going to be 3 new scare mazes for this year, I wouldn't take my word. It'll probably end up being Congo River Rapids themed or something. The maze in the Alton Towers Dungeons still remains unknown, and no one really knows what the theme will be. But I have a little feeling that it's not going to be ride themed, and rather a unique maze theme. Now, the following that I'm about to say hasn't been confirmed, but it's looking very likely. It's looking like Burial Grounds will come back to the side of Wickerman. Hopefully Wickerman will come back with it, because the past week a few little bits have been going on in that area, and a lot of the theming that was there last year is back. It's looking extremely likely that Altonville Mine Tours will also return, with the speakers being put up, the lights being put up as well, and all that area being rebirthed for another year of Altonville Mine Tours. Way, woo! We're of course going to have the classic Scarefest entertainment back on the stage, and probably the Alton Ancestors will return for another year. That's all depending on C. Bibby's Land celebration actually stopping, because it seems to be going on forever. No, but the C. Bibby's Land event actually looks very good. It looks amazing actually. It's also looking likely that Daz Games PANIC will also return, a very interesting maze thing that we had last year, and we think that's going to return because of the Daz signs that were dotted all around the promotion for Scarefest. There you go. But here's my theory with this one. There's going to be 2 new Scarefest attractions this year. Obviously one behind Curse of the Autumn Manor and one in the Alton Towers Dungeons. But there's also that other building that Alton Towers built where Darkest Depths was. So could Daz Games PANIC potentially move from the conference centre, where it used to be, to this brand new building? It could be very likely, because Alton Towers obviously confirmed that there'll be 2 brand new scare attractions, and Daz Games wouldn't be new, it would just be moving location. I could definitely see it happen. The conference centre was a very random place to have it, so now that they have this brand new building, it could potentially move in there, and this building be used for Daz Games. Would I like to see Daz Games PANIC return for another year? Well, I actually really enjoyed it last year, but I think it's a very novelty thing. I think once you've done it once, it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, there wasn't much in terms of the theming. There was just loads of cages and actors banging on the cages and some cloths hanging down. But the actual game that you were playing was pretty good. Tower of the Terror. Oh no, that's not right. Terror of the Towers. Slightly out of practice with Scarefest, but I think this one might be coming back. I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't come back, because to be honest, I think we have a pretty secure lineup without it, and I wasn't that keen on it last year and the year before actually. I think it was a very weak scare maze, to be honest. I didn't get a lot of scares, weren't a lot of actors in. The theming was alright, obviously it's in the towers. But I'd be very happy to pay a little bit of a cheaper price just to have the scare maze that we have now without Terror of the Towers. You know, like they do like the Terrifying Trio bundle things. I'd rather pay a cheaper price for that without Terror of the Towers than having Terror of the Towers in and paying a more expensive price. Does that make sense? It makes sense in my head, but I've said it now, so not much I can do. And we have one of the most anticipated returns of any UK attraction. It's Hex. Will it return for Scarefest? I think it's very likely. Here's what I think. I think Alton Towers didn't have it ready for the summer. So I think the next logical place to open Hex is Halloween. You're not going to open it in the middle of September when everyone's gone back to work and school and some holidays are over. You're going to do it in the next half term in Halloween, right? And Hex is a very spooky attraction anyway. So it makes sense to open it during Halloween, and hey ho, you can even brand it as a scare attraction if you want to. And obviously something that we know for certain is that Alton Towers will open at 10 and close at 9. Late night rides on Nemesis Reborn. Bring it on, bring it on. But there we go, that's pretty much it for Scarefest that we know of this year. As soon as more news comes out, I'll be sure to hop back on and give you all of the latest. Let me know if you think Hex is going to open this Halloween. I'll be interested. Fingers crossed. I've got my fingers and toes crossed. See you in the next video. I'll be still crossing my fingers and toes.